Well, good evening, folks. Just bear with me while I set up. Again, unfortunately, it's starting. Nothing I can do about that, but welcome to the channel. Thank you for sticking with me, and we will make progress. We will carry on. We do what we need to do. I've just got a thing again. There we go. We have a slight issue. Good evening, Dodo. Hope everything is listening up all right, sound-wise. Morning again, Hayden. I just need to move screens around. We've got a problem. Right click. Place that in. Identify. It's the other way around. We'll be there. We will be there. We had a good start as well. We've been on since 7:45. 45 minutes setting up, getting everything cushy. And of course, no, nothing. Don't tell me no sound. No horse poop. No way. No, I've got sound. There's sound there. There is sound. I can hear sound. I can hear things. Please don't tell me that. The video quality ain't that great, I must admit. It's sounds good to me. Yeah, good. Let me just check screen quality. It's gone to 720, that's fine. Let's try the 4K. That's better. Everything in 4K. We got 4K GT7, which is good. Good evening, oh for sure. And let's hope everybody's back. Davey's back. Welcome, Davey. Good. Hate this setup system. It's crap. It's even worse the fact that I can't hear that squelchy squeaky. That only comes out at the other end when you stream it. It's the streaming codec or something to do with the sound settings, and I don't know what it is. I've tried to fix it, but it is what it is. Okay, back to where we were. We just talked about Widdowmaker. Please do call past team, use code Widow, etc., etc. And over there, new video screen. This one over here. You can see my streaming screen, my chat. You can see my race screen, and you can see whatever goes on this screen, which used to be whatever it was. Twitch. It used to be Twitch. Now it's good, but you have problem with sound. You're on and off. When you are on, there are a lot of background noises. Just info. No. Yeah. I don't know what the problem is with that. I'm just going to listen to myself talk. New video screen. This one over here. See what's happening. You can see my streaming screen, my chat. You can see my race screen, and you can see whatever goes on this screen, which used to be whatever it was. So I'm listening to this live stream, and I'm not hearing anything. All I would suggest, Dodo, is you reconnect. Just turn off. Just info. No. Yeah. I don't know. Reconnect if you can. Because yeah, you should have heard that cycling through, and you should be able to hear good sound. Because you'll hear my screens. Because I have all my screens switched to my headphones. So if anything happens on the screen, I can hear it, and so can you. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Right, we were talking about Moser, their official sponsor. Talked about GT7. I've said hello. We fixed the sound problem. Now we're off in. I've looked in the weeklies. I'm not seeing anything in the weeklies. So we're on to other things. We have a viewers campaign. We bought some cars last week. We spent some credits. I've got no tickets, so it's the first. It's actually the 3rd of the month. Who the hell thought it'd be August now? Who thought it would be August? Because I definitely can't. I do have to give a shout out tonight though, because there's somebody not going to be here. And I have to say good evening and hello to Wilkie. Wilkie, my friend, he's down again with massive pains in the face with a wisdom tooth. So Wilkie won't be on tonight because he's drugged himself up and he's gone to sleep. But he will be back tomorrow. But a massive shout out to Wilkie. Hope you get well soon, fella. And we'll see you when you're well. Don't feel you have to be on. You're probably going to be watching this from your bed anyway and a bit drowsy. But don't feel bad about it, pal. You do what you got to do. You got to get well. So we'll see you when you get better. Power pack. We haven't been there for a while, but there's nothing to do in there today. It's off to the time trial, which is everybody's favourite thing. We haven't had an update, which is fair, I suppose. I don't know whether we're going to get one. We got 2 million for the FTO at Kyoto Yamagiwa reverse. So we did all right. 641st. Not so bad at all, I don't think. Fuji is not everybody's favourite, but Fuji we are still in. Yeah, big shout outs for Wilkie. Yeah, thank you, folks. And a 129.315 was gold. We've hit 128.474. So we're in by 0.9 of a second. By the looks of it, we are. We're not particularly fast around there, but we're in top 15, so we're not doing too bad. If we're doing good things at today's time trial, we can come back there and have a go. So today's time trial is Alsace Village. It's the big one, isn't it? Not the short one. This time trial really suits my driving style, says Hayden. I think we're going to find that out in a second. A Chevrolet Camaro Z2869. Wilkie told me about this on, I think it was Thursday, because I had to take Friday off. And he suggested that the tyres were not favourable. However, it looks like Hayden's found it. So, a world record's 2:15.672, and I guess he's not far away. 2:19.742 is where we need to be. Yeah, Hayden is. He's got 2 accounts up there. 2:16.499, and the record is 2:15.672. So, huh? 2:15. Oh no! It's just that 2 guys, well, 5 guys are in the 4 guys are in the 15s. And then, oh, it's got. Well, why don't we just look? Why don't we just look? 2:15.672, and Hayden's there in 19th, but his second account is there in 26th. So it needs shouting from the rooftops. That's bloody good. And I'll use that special British word, which just describes things that you need to describe. No, that's the C word. This is the B word. Bloody good. So, yeah, well done, that man. Well, I guess we're not going to be in the top 3 then. But there's 0.4 of a gap. And then we've got another 0.4 of a gap to 4th. If Fat Man's in 5th. 1 stops in 6th. 7th is David with another 17. Olive's in 9th with a 17.9. Oh, my Lord. Well done. Well driven, Olive. Olive's normally 15 to 20. And Oh for Sure's in 13, look. With an 18.4. I'm not going to say that name, but Mr. Hunt is in 18.7. Do love it. Where's Dad when you need somebody to trick voice you? So what did we say? A 2:19.742. 25th is gold. 25th is gold. So we got to go well today, I think, folks. I think that's what it's all about. Going good. So we got a yellow one. No red car, blue car. But we're going red car, yellow car tonight. 289 brake horsepower, and it's a 1.4 tons metric, which best part of £3,000, which is going to be something else. Let's check out settings. Assists should be everything off. It is. Controller, Logitech RS50 with Pro pedals. Force max torque 8, force feedback sensitivity 10. I'm guessing we're diving straight away. Now, we've done many a lap on this circuit, in unfavourable cars, so sports hard tyres. So we don't know whether it's a shifter. What we do know is it will like to slide. Change tyre size to 18. Well done, that man. We will. We'll just have a lap or two. Wide, okay. Now they're the finest words of encouragement coming from Dodo. You got this, you know the drill, chill out and enjoy it. Good night, Dodo, you take care, mate. We just cut that corner while reading the chat. All the best, Dodo. I know you're never around a lot because you're working, mate, but thank you for everything you do. Cheers for the contribution and thank you, sir. I'm not ignoring Hayden's guidance. I'm just doing a couple of laps on the default car just to ensure that we know what it's like and to make sure that we see a difference. You know, it's surprisingly grippy. It's surprisingly tucked in there nicely. It slides on entry. Now it could come down to line, my failure to be able to do this. And I'm not saying failure early, I'm saying I'm failing to get there now because it could be all about line. Line will come. Line will be something we ease into and find later when we're chasing a ghost, if we've got a ghost. But the idea is that we make progress the way we know how to, and it works for us. It doesn't work for everybody. Good evening, Randy. Welcome, sir. Now, over the last 2 nights, we've had 72 concurrent viewers and 80 concurrent viewers. Let's see if we can beat that tonight. We've been drumming up quite a storm. We were miles away there, weren't we? A 226. I got to change gear. I'm not doing very well at finding the gear change point. I got to change it at 6,000 RPM. And if I'm not, I'm missing the gearing. We didn't do 6,000 RPM then, did we? Oh my lord. Oh, come on, fight it. We're not doing overly brilliant here. So what I have noticed is my camera on the right hand side is obscuring my record time, so I'm just going to move that camera when we get an opportunity. So there was an improve right at the death, wasn't there? Last corner upgrade. For what it was worth. Now say we've done a fair few number of laps around this circuit with the human comedy race, so that's with a decidedly agitated and uncomfortable little car. Good evening, Lee, and welcome, sir. This car is not as disastrous as that little monster that we take round there. Why don't I change up when my eyes see the revs at 6,000? Why don't I do it? Good morning, tough old man. Welcome from the deep down under. Legends in the chat, absolutely. Jim blooming text. What have I done on text, man? What have I done? I know you sent me a message and I think I replied. I'd like to think I replied nicely, politely, pleasantly, without insult. Tuesday. Oh shit, yeah. If you sent me a text, you might have. Oh, I have got to reach over and grab me Joe Blow, haven't I? Good evening, Nick. Welcome, sir. Lots of chatty chatters tonight. Oh, did it come up as him? Oh, morning him from New Zealand. I thought you were talking to Aidan, the fast man. Okay, we've just nudged that lap, so let's call that it for the first stint, and let's go and move that camera down so we can see my best time. Then I'm going to need to take a very quick gentleman's dip and have a very small break. I feel an urgent need come on, and I ask you to forgive me whilst I resolve the problem. A 219.876, 15 miles in, 219.663. So we're in the 19s. We're in 11,411th. We'll come back to that in a moment. And where are we? We are 26th. We're one off gold. Look, we're only 2/10 away. Happy days. Just bear with me 5 seconds, please. Forgive me, folks. Good evening, all. So, who's arrived since? Hayden there. 2 minutes is twice for me. Oof. What we got going on? Yeah, anyway, I'm back, and I apologise for the slight absence. Not got the best of stomachs. I've got a hospital on Thursday. Hopefully we'll find out what's going on. Just got back with my coffee, says tough old man. Carry on now. Jim. Right. Now we're not rushing. Where are we coming? 26th. We're one spot above gold. So my theory is you can get gold with the standard setup, but Hayden, who is top of the tree, number 20, or 19th and 26th, top 20 time, has advised that we take a moment. That's the wrong button. You press that button to exit. He's advised we change the wheels. He has said, if you take a moment to take your car, we'll just go back in and we will select from garage, current car, this one, and click yes. We can't enter with that because of the tyres. Sports hards. Have we got sports hards? We do have not sports hards. We've got to buy them. And if we go into car settings, we can change them. Sports hards. And I know we're doing this for a waste of time, but actually, were you talking about me? Oh Christ! Don't discuss my habits. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I'd leave it 5 minutes before you go in there. No, I've got a little bit of a problem, and I'm off to hospital Thursday, and we're gonna try and. Well, this is the start of finding out what the problem is. 8 years ago, I had 3 lumps removed from an area down below. Nothing crisis, no crisis it seemed to start with. They were calcium-based lumps that were there as an issue from me cycling. So as you cycle, certain parts of your body, your arse, hit your seat, don't they? And that was causing injury, damage, and calcium was building up down there as part of repair or whatever you want to call it. Those lumps were removed over the space of like 8 months with various surgeries, and I was told I would recover and everything would be cushy. Well, since then the calcium's moved from there to my kidneys, and I've been having kidney problems with kidney stones and another 2 surgeries on my kidneys, and now it seems to have reverted full 360 and gone back again. So with that though, I've got upset stomachs and all sorts of stuff going on, and I don't know what it is. I'm just getting old, I'm a wreck, and we're just going to try and find out what that is. So hopefully, and as my missus just said to me just then, I don't care what it is that you eat, you always end up in the loo. So we know we've got some sort of problem, but we'll find out what it is. Not going to be dramatic, is it? It's going to be some form of getting old sucks, says Randy. Can confirm. Yeah, I totally agree. GT Auto. Right, what was it that Hayden said? Tyres, wheels. We've got to put 18-inch on. 18-inch. The equipped tyre is 15 on a standard, so we have to find something smart that suits the car in an 18. Oh, I think something modern looking is going to be quite funkyville, isn't it? Or do we go something real nice? 18-inch wide. What the heck is? There's hope you get sorted. Yeah, it's all going to get sorted. There shouldn't actually be any sort of drama, but it's turning into one. That's what the issue is. So, yeah, it's a surgery meeting, unfortunately, Thursday. So, 18-inch wide. That's what we just did. Thank you, sir. There they are, fitted. She's a beast. Should we do anything else to her? Nah, just going to leave her as is. Got to talk funny when you're driving these American cars. 18-wheeler. Hopefully we'll get a couple of hours in now without any disturbance while I drink my blue juice. It could be the blue juice, you know, that's the problem. You never know. Anything that colour is not natural, is it? It is actually lemon, lime and raspberry, believe it or not. Wide offset 2, yes, tough old man. Got to use our own car. We've got to change tyres again. Dum 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 dum. Sports hard. Don't you be alive. Fine, fine, fine. Are we good? Settings wise? Ghost. Let's load up a ghost. Load ghost. The one we did just outside gold. Let's give it a shot. And there's coast and roll involved in this, I think. 6,000 RPM on the change up. Don't forget to change gear, Jim. Stop hanging on to the gears. I guess blue juice hasn't got a lot of fibre in it, no. Window washer juice for the car, yeah. That's the stuff. Let's see where we go. Come on. She doesn't spin up quite so much for these bigger wheels and tyres. She does spin up, but not quite so much. USB device not recognised. What's that? Oh, no idea. That was just outside, wasn't it? That was very slow by not going down a gear. Boss is back, gotta go. Have a good one, old man. Tough old man, that is. We lost a bit of time coming through there. Wasn't really feeling the car. That's alright, we're gold now. That's alright, a 219.142 is well in gold. 34 watching. Well, I do have to say this, folks, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet at all, but we've had some really good watcher views numbers last night and the night before. 72 and 80, 82, 81. So if we get anywhere near that tonight, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for watching and taking part, and we've got good numbers, which is fantastic. But do take the opportunity to like, subscribe as you do, and I don't say that very often, so I believe you'll watch if you like it. So there we go. Thank you, Hayden. We're catching. We got a bit of improving to do at this back end here. This is where we're letting the side down currently. We didn't quite get that right. We changed gear well too early with the back end spinning up, so. Oh, hello, wall. Yeah, we messed that up right at the end. Try again. Try again. Come on. That short shift made a difference there, look. Let's try it again. Let's do what we got to do. Again, we over revved there. We didn't I wish this car would rev out just a bit more. Now, it's like in the coast and roll, this thing, as I'm finding from certain corners. Get in, get the car slowed down. Then get off the gas, take your foot off the throttle and the brake. Just let it roll through the corner. And then spin it. That's what you do. Oh, you nugget. Oh. We'll get there. We'll find it. We're in the 19s though. We are, well, certainly past gold. And 18's not far away. And I reckon there's at least half a second if we get it right at this point. So let's just keep pushing on. We've got to get over that little bit of acceleration, look. See it? Try again. We will get it. and we will get it done. Holy Chipotle! That didn't slow down. I guess we've nerfed the next lap as well. Maybe. We'll know as soon as that timer disappears. Yes, we have. Let's use this to practice then. Once it bounces off the rev limiter once, you've got to give it the change. If you miss it, that is. The idea is not to bounce it off the rev limiter. Now I lifted the throttle there rather than changing down to second, and I don't know whether that was the right thing to do. Right, this is where we know coast and roll is working, this corner. And we know coast and roll works on the next corner. So, on the brakes, off the brakes, off the throttle, back in the throttle, change up gear. There's the acceleration that we're looking for. Into this corner, nothing on the brakes, nothing on the throttle, down to third, back on the gas. Change up and go. There's the half a second we were talking about. That's the change, that's the difference that coast and roll makes. Coast and roll through here as well, but get on the gas early. This is a red lap, so it's not going to count, but it's just proof of concept. Oh, 0.7 up. Coast and roll, let it happen. On the brakes, coast and roll, let it happen. Back on the gas. Look at that, 0.8 of a second. That's an 18.3 all day. But it didn't count. An 18.3 almost puts us top 10, which on my friends list is quite a substantial effort. Optimal 2:18.7 without the 18.3 that we did. We messed the start finish up, but we're in shock, aren't we? This lap's a waste. So coast and roll, that's where we've got to really make it work. Here's one. We'll do better next lap. Aiden says definitely a 17. I think so, maybe quite. I think a 17 will get us, well, I don't know, I can't remember the exact placement at times, but I think the top 10 is definitely a possible. Got to improve this section, as we said. This car's got to be allowed to roll. And if we can keep the power in it, it will keep running. Oh, there's a song. Keep on running. I don't know who it was. Keep on running. Was that Dave D. Dozy Mick and Titch, or the Dave Clark Band, or whatever his name was? Right, let's go. Let's get the right lap doing. Count a second. Allow it to roll if you want it. We just missed the change up there. We want that blue arrow. The blue arrow is the key to success. We missed the braking point. Lost quarter of a second, look. I was chasing the blue arrow rather than focusing on catching the damn thing up. We'll do alright. I'm having trouble repeating that 2:18.3. Trying too hard, I think. Struggling. Come on, boy wonder. Let's do it now. Come on. Just not getting the acceleration point correct, and I'm fighting from too far back. Look at that. Oh, come on, Widow. Bounce it off the rev limiter, that's the way. Got to brake earlier into this next corner. Now the curb's on the left hand side when they finish. That's alright, we can improve that next time round. Half a second by the halfway lap point is all right. Let's not F this now, Widow. Come on. We could have done the end of that lap a little bit tighter, but a 2:18.1 is a big chunk of improve. Let's go and have a look at that. I'm happy with that for a starter. Took a little bit, didn't it? Took a little bit, but 27 miles, about twice what it took. Only get a 3-star. Oh, so grateful. 218.1 optimal, 218.1 the best. So that's where we go. We're gold with 1,122nd. And in the friends list we're 11th. That's almost top 10. That's a good old shout, isn't it? That's a good start for the day. That means the first hour's been productive and useful. Now all we need is a JB skin. We won't get a JB skin. You're playing DayZ again. They love it. So 2 seconds behind Hayden then. A 2:17 would get us with Olive. A 2:17.5 will put us with Fat Man. What do we think? Where do we think we can go? I don't know. That is the crux of the matter. Where could we get to, he says. We need a better line through there, don't we? We need to just give up a little something on the braking. Brake a little bit earlier. It doesn't like gear shift into the corner. Now, we learnt something here last lap. Last of the curbs there. I don't think we learnt anything from that though. Thank you, Lee. We're miles behind. We'll get better. Thank you, Davey. It's all about learning the car. Learning where it's going to go. I think that's a third gear. We're going to stick third gear through there. A 2:17.5 says Silver. That'd be great. Thank you. That's confidence. We short shifted there. That did not work. It's learning. We've got to try these things now and find out what's going to work and what isn't. Oh. Get off the grass, you nugget. Right, we're on it again. We're on. Let's get this right. Let's do it right. Come on. There's a Wham song in there. That's only half a second up on my entry lap. It's not half a second up against my fastest lap, so let's not worry about that for now. Oh, shush kebab. Oh dear. I'm going to have to exit, and I am very sorry. I've got to nip to the gentleman's section again. I'm not having the best of evenings. Please forgive me. Let's get out of this and just let you watch something else other than me. I can only apologise, folks. Thanks for being patient. Let's dive back on this horse. So just to summarise where we were, I was literally somewhere else, but where I am now, a 2:18.187 versus a target time of 2:19.742. Silver had just predicted a 2:17.5, which, going on where I am, I think that's not a bad tick. So a 2:17.5 will put me somewhere here, which would be tremendous. And I think we just have to go out there and approach this methodically, and we will get there. So bear with me, folks. And hopefully that's the last time. I don't think there's anything left. Feels like we're on it. We kept in third, which we're gonna do in a little while. At the downhill corner. Keep it in third here. Coast and roll. We pull away from the red one. See if we can get this rev change right, gear change, come on. We're close, we're not close enough I don't think. Brake earlier. Oh, we lost it. Next time. Next time. No drama. Shockingly down there. Missed that part, didn't we? Holy chipotle. Look how much they broke away there. I think I want to do that in third without lifting. Didn't catch the front of the car then. Next time round. See how the better line works there. Slingshots past the red car. I hope Olive and Fat Man come in tonight. Want to give them both a big shout out for their lap times. That was a shocking gear change. Could not get the car to turn back in third gear. Not a great start to this session. I was just watching Ozzy do some laps around Tokyo Expressway before I went live, and he was saying about how you don't quit, and I think it's a very good point he made. Try third gear out at the first corner. I think third gear is a very important gear for this track, Mr. Hayden. The more I'm sensing it, third gear I'm using to turn, third gear I'm using to accelerate, second gear I'm using to turn, and it's wrong. I don't need to go down to that gear, I don't think. Don't need to go down to second gear is what I meant. Ozzy is good. I like watching Ozzy. He talks a lot of sense, and that's what I'm trying to say. He is generally a good guy. Right. We're going to try third gear out of a couple of corners. Hang it in there with third gear, Widow. I needed to let that slide just a little bit longer, but I didn't. Too fast. Ah. Now the frustrating part about that is that's the next lap screwed, so I'm going to retry that. I wasn't anywhere near, but We know there's time in it. I just need to be a bit more patient with myself. One of these laps will be a good one. Yeah, it was looking good. I lost a little bit on the entrance of the fast sweeper. I wasn't as where I should be there, and that sort of took the edge off the lap at that point. But then the last sort of 3 corners was going to be good if I could keep it in there, but I blew that. But we learnt a bit, which is always interesting and always useful to learn something. We braked too late there. We're a long way back this time, but let's use it to learn. Changed to 4th at the wrong time there, that wasn't good. Braking early. More about setting up for the next lap, really. Oh, what happened there? That was rubbish, wasn't it? Rubbish. Okay. We've hit that sort of plateau period. So let's not do what Ozzy was talking about. Or let's do exactly what Ozzy was talking about. Let's not be a quitter. Let's just get into this. Notice the difference with full fibre. It is distinctly different, sir. You get a definite change. You'll notice everybody stops dancing about. And then you realise just where your latency was and how your ping differs. Having that little bit more in the tube gives you that little bit more, doesn't it? That's what she said. This is going to take me a little while to fathom this, I think. Not there yet. I've got to brake earlier there to get into the 3rd gear to drive out the corner that bit earlier. I will work that out in my head and get that right very soon. If everything goes right and I get the house we want, I'm going to be dropping back to 60 meg. And there's nothing I can do about that. except for wait till full fibre comes around to where I'm going to be living. I'm going to be living in the middle of nowhere. Literally the middle of nowhere. Copper cables. But it's the house she wants. And if we can get it, it's the house she can have. Like Virgin Fibre was copper wire from junctions. That's exactly where I'm going to be. You want the full fibre. FTP, fibre to the property, is generally where it's at. So that was a 218.212. That didn't feel like I was pushing myself. So if I can get it right, that's a 17 definitely. I had to lift. I took my foot off the brake, not wanting to go down a second, and generally screwed that up a little bit. The jitter has gone. Yeah, that's what we noticed. That's the first thing you pick up on. That little bit of jittering's gone. Try third for the last corner. Try third for the last corner. Okay. I just got to piece it all together. I don't want to mess up the fourth gear change. Third gear, no working last corner. Wi-Fi 7, I haven't got Wi-Fi 7. That's good if you've got Wi-Fi 7. That's hopefully next on my cards. The real shocker is I've got so many plans for the new house, so many. And at the moment the plans aren't good because the house isn't secured. If we can get the house, that it's gonna be fab, but it's just going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of graft to make sure everything's good, and we will get there. It will come good. I just have to get the new house first. Given up a lot moving out of this house, but this house was the means to the end. I screwed up by changing this second. This house was a means to an end. It was a stopgap. It was never going to be forever. The next house has to be forever, and it's really important that it is. Not just for me, but for the missus as well. It is what it is, and then once everything happens, the pieces of the puzzle will click in, and we'll be good. I won't be able to stream 4K, not a chance. Don't know what happened there. Right, let's have another go. Now we've cooked the tyres. I don't even... If I'm at the end of the cable and there's 12 houses where we live and we're all sharing 60 meg, or I get allocated 60 meg on copper, I'm not going to get a very good internet connection. I've talked with the guys about going satellite, but they've immediately kiboshed that and said the latency is worse than on the copper, so stick with the copper and hold out for full fibre. It will come, and I know it will. I think they're just down the road putting it in. So upload's going to be terrible. 18 meg at the most, I would have thought. The things I want to say but can't really. Streaming might not be possible. Not to any great strength. Go back to potato internet, as Sam would call it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to pay the money for satellite and get shit. I'd be paying more for satellite than I am now to get a fifth of the product. I'll just literally go back to making videos, and streaming will have to be another dream. Racing will be absolutely, well, it shouldn't be absolutely impossible because people do it, but to stream and race, oh, that would be just an impossible moment. But I've got to sacrifice something. Got to sacrifice something. Not using second gear to brake there is absolutely trashing where we're going. Trying to use third out of turn one and out of the last turn is just not working for me. I don't know when to go to third gear. It's just not pulling. There's nothing there. There's no va-va-vum. It's just nothing there. Just can't feel it, can't find it, don't understand it. And it's dropping me time massively. Andy says there are some cars where upshifting will make the car go faster while the engine's bogging down. Is this one of them? Short shifting I've tried and it just doesn't want to go. Be fine after some testing. Absolutely right. And that's what effectively we're doing at this point, is just working out what's going to work and what's going to get us there. Okay, so that gave us the gains depending on where we changed. It kind of works, you know, that bogging down thing, but it's, you got to change gear on the bounce of the rev limiter. Just going back to the original conversation. If I'm not too bothered about the cost of something if it works. If its price is tied to its relevance and importance and it does what it says on the tin, I'm all prepared to pay for it. But if it's a look thing, so for example satellite, it's absolutely appalling in the rain. It does not work well in the rain. It affects the dish, it affects the signal, cloud cover affects it. It's not brilliant. So the winters we have in the UK, I don't really want to tie myself to something quite so bad. And oh shit, anybody have any sort of idea what happened there? Did I catch the curb or something? Maybe. Yeah, so it'll do what it does, I think. Oh, cutting through. Bouncing it off the rev limiter really gave it the push, didn't it? But I know that blue time is not against the fastest coast. I know that. That again didn't work very well. Not really catching on the yellow ghost, but we're keeping it pretty even. So come on. Biting it across those curves. It was a curb, was it? I thought we might have hit the curb. That's got to beat it, surely. An 18.0. Come on, Jiminy Bob. Missed the apex again. Silver said 17.5. I don't have that flow in my water right now. $51 watches. Holy Chipotle. Look how fast we fly through that. By getting that corner right. Oh, booked us. Hey, tough old man. Doing okay, doing okay. Fantastic might be polishing a turd a bit, but we're doing okay. We are having a struggling moment, but we're seeing the end game. Losing time through there all the time. Don't know, appreciate the encouragement and thank you, sir. Keep the faith, says Silver. I've got the faith. You gotta keep the faith. Who was that? Was that something like Bon Jovi? Yeah, we lost a load through there. Let's keep trying. That's in your top 10. Well, that would be good. 18.0. That will be number 10. I know Olive is 17.9. Could not get that to turn in. For love nor money. Break early here. Didn't get to the throttle quick enough there. Didn't really get the higher line that we wanted, but we're demonstrating we can do it. Oh, we're just losing it. It was Bon Jovi. Thank you, Nick. 2:17.881. I think that's ahead of Olive. Hate to chalk him up as a victim there, but Fatman's next. 2:17.5. I think Fatman's a 6. So a 6.0 would be good. Don't touch the wall, thank God for that. Oh, that's good. That's good. There's a 596. That's up into 5th place. And Silver was right. 17.5 in the house. Thank you, Silver. Thank you, Hayden. I officially need a break. I am sweating like a... Oh, I've got too many anachronisms for that. Anachronisms are short words made by the first letters of the letters relating to the sentence. It's not anachronism I was looking for. That is bloody awesome. Thank you, O, for sure. You can see where we can make up time, look. There's room in that corner still. Thank you, Silver. Appreciate your support, pal. Top 500, do you think? Should we go take a look? But I'm in the groove. I'm just going to hang with it a minute. Said Madonna. "53 viewers as well. I mean, I know I keep talking about it, but it's never been so high. It reminds me of something they said they would do for me. And I just wonder if there's a little cheeky grin going on somewhere. We're back on it, I think. We're close. We're in touch. Let's see if we can get this right. That felt like it should be. Now this is where it prays to pay. It pays to pray, I should have said. That's so close to the wall. We're going to take a look at the time in a sec. See if we've got into the top 500 maybe. Do we go one more lap? Need to set this exit up quite nicely. We'll let that go a little bit. Didn't work. Going faster than that first split. We've got to be closer. We're just too far back at that point to actually show the gains and benefit from it. But look, we've caught up 2.5 tenths through there. We know we can do that. We just got to improve the first half of the lap. We can't be pushing here. This is all about being smooth and in the right line. So let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and satisfy 2:17.596. 110 miles for the day. 2:17.548 is the optimal, and we did 6 sessions. The last session there, 2:17.596, was the biscuit. So that's pretty decent. I'm really happy with that. I'd have taken that. 399th, top 400. Fifth place. Now I'm just going to sit here for a moment and just think about that. Not often I get to that top 5. I'm not. It's a 6 really, isn't it? So I'm 1.1 seconds behind Hayden. Oh. That's a challenge, and I know I wanted Fat Man and both Olive to come in, and I have to mention David Jagster there in 8th spot. Davey's been new to the channel-ish, and he always pops in and says hello whether he can stop or not, and I always think it's worth a good shout out to Davey, because he does pop in and make some of it. But Olive always as well. Olive comes along and says what he does, and then Fat Man pops in too. 276 for Fat Man. It's good stuff. That's actually a 4, isn't it? That's 4th, really, if you take about Hayden's second account out. That's 4th. You can't take a second account out, really, though, can you? Because, excuse me, it is where he is. So, I'm happy with that. Happy with that. That's all right. Not going to blow my own trumpet too much. Here's everybody. Windscreen washer fluid down the neck. Now, we've done with on it tonight, says Lee. Well, Ryan, we've done with windscreen washer fluid. We're going to go to brake fluid now. We're going to try and replace some of those things that I've lost. Need some fibrilize, something of that nature. Oh, I'm all right with that. I think we've done good. I think we've done good. Whew. 399, 217.5. Is there a 217.3 based on that second section? If we do a 217.3, oh, it only gains us. We've really got to look at a 16, haven't we, to make any sort of significant process. And a 16 would... It's 0.6 of a second. Well, let's take it in chunks then. Let's aim for a 4. Because a 4 is 2/10, which I think we can get at the back half of the circuit. Starting from like turn 1, 2, 3, if we can be on it through 3, we can gain through 4 and 5, and then 6 we've got 2/10 to find. So let's see it. Let's see if we've got something in there. But it's that adage, slow down to go fast. Been told it many times. Slow down earlier. Stop charging the car into the corners. Let the car run, let it roll. Then you'll find the gear and accelerate quicker, because it's all about speed in the straights. That's where it is, and that's something I've known for a long time, but the brain doesn't want to commute that. Hol is the master of road cars. Who's Hol? Is that Hollow dude? Some of you guys watch. We didn't get the traction there. Car just wanted to slide. The number 1, he's normally first with road car. Okay, sorry. I didn't look to the number 1 spot. I was classing Hayden as number 1. You were talking about the worlds, weren't you? The top 10, top numbers, the overalls, not my friends list. Somehow I went to scratch my ear, underneath my ear, and I hit the microphone mute, and that's what led to that. Because I was chuffing around with that rather than... I can't get this thing to reset. I don't know why. Az and Fatman used to talk about Hollow or Hol, whatever. They watch his videos and they follow his ghosts. Not made the game there. Good night, Ove. Sure, you take care, pal. All the best. Thank you for dropping in. Thanks for saying hello. Yeah, I need to do better through there, look. Better, much better. That thing that Randy said earlier is sticking in my head. There's some cars that go faster when you give them a higher gear when they go lower. And I don't know if he means short shifting. It kind of works with this car. Sometimes you give it the higher gear early and it goes. Other times it bogs down, and I don't know whether that's just terrain. And I don't mean that in terms of where I do. It's in terms of whether it's uphill or downhill or what. I just missed the gear change by a fraction there. Wasn't talking the time of the shift. Short shift or not. Off the engine sound. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there might be gains based on how it picks up the gear. And that might help with what Hayden's suggesting about where I should be using third gear, really. On the outside of the couple of corners, it's all about the torque. And when the car picks up the torque, uses it, we didn't come off that corner quite so good. I think I could have given it an earlier gear there. I think I might have just bogged down a wee bit there. Just outside. I'm not unhappy with that. I'm not unhappy with that at all. That felt really good for most of the lap. That's where it bogged down, but it is catching back now. So Randy's just talking about sensory inputs and how we can gauge speed, and there aren't many, especially in a sim rig, because you don't have that feeling of inertia. You would do if you had the 6 degrees of motion, etc., but in a basic rig the only thing we have is vibration and what our eyes see, and then we can sense the rest really. But I tried to give it that gear then, and it worked initially, but we didn't get the run. Come on, catch it up, catch it up. Keep it in the blue, keep it there, come on. Don't lose it all. I left it a little bit too late to brake down here earlier. We didn't make much profit there either, did we? No. Didn't catch the slide then. I was going too fast into the corner. That's a shame. We were on the case there. We could have been closer than that 10th that we're showing behind now. Yeah, that was disappointing, but let's keep going. In this storybook, it's all about the next corner. We're missing downshifts. That's why I'm finding the braking a wee struggle. So I've just got to watch the revs when I'm shifting down. Got to time the downshift a little bit better. There it bogged again. Look there. We could have left it a little bit longer on bouncing off the rev counter, but bouncing off the rev limiter. Yeah, that right wheel spinning up. Four. Okay. We need to consolidate where we are, circle the wagons and think about what we're doing. We know we're gaining time through here. Once we get this corner right, we really are gaining on the Ghost. Through here, we're struggling a little bit. We want to be on the middle of the line, change down to third, and then hit this inside gain, changing up to fourth about here, so we're running fourth down a hill across that line. I know what we've got to do, it's just executing it is the issue. I don't think there's much to gain through here, to be honest. We could probably lift and coast, roll the car into the throttle, maybe shortening the line. Try in the last corner be in third when you accelerate, but don't accelerate in second, and change to third, as my instincts is you're losing time with the gear shift and spinning up the wheels. Okay, so we're down in third into here. Let it come round in third. Just get it coasting. There's no acceleration there, although it's blue. It is blue. And it's going to be the same with turn one. I'm not carrying enough speed, I don't think. And by that, I don't think I'm carrying enough engine speed. The revs need to be higher when I'm really pushing the gear. I don't think the car struggles with torque. I don't think it struggles to push the engine. I just think when it drops to like 4,000 RPM, it isn't going to want to go. We did everything right. We were blue up to the point of where I thought we'd be able to gain time, and then we lost it all. So we did everything right, we just didn't capitalise at that point. I think what Lee's saying is making sense, but it's executing it where I'm struggling. Yeah, we're blue going towards the line in the gear. That's what we want. We want the blue arrow. Show us my optimal. Oh, it's moved off. I didn't realise that. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, optimal's not much better than my best, because I'm not finding the gains. I'm chasing, but I'm not improving significantly. I'm not going faster anywhere much. I've got to find some core improvements for sure. I should have been in third gear. That's the key thing for that corner. That key thing's the third and accelerate. This one is as well. Getting this one right is the problem at the minute. I've got a question for you. Does anybody watch Cletus McFarland? He went and bought the latest Dodge Charger electric variant for 50% off. 50% off, brand new, on the forecourt, and he got 50% off marked price. Because they're not selling. Nobody likes the car. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. It's got artificial engine noise through speakers in the back bumper. But it's the modern car, and I wonder if it's coming to the game. I generally wonder if it's coming. Look, it's blue. It's blue all the way to the line. That's where we're going to make some cheese there. I keep missing the gear shift by a little tiddly bit, but I keep missing it. Completely didn't get that at all. Did not hook the car up, didn't find the line, didn't do what we needed to do. And we went red. We're allowed a little 10-minute flounder, you know. We're allowed a little run round and not get it right for a bit. We're allowed to do this, even though we don't want to do this because we want to be successful, we want to be good. But it's a cheese wedge. I need to find out which way around my steering wheel goes. That way. Right, next lap, let's put it together. Let's think about what we got to do. We got to break some times here. We've got to really make some things happen. And I'm not sure that the time to be made is in turn 1 and the final turn. I think the time to be made is out there between 4 and 7. That's where the time's got to be made up. I've just got to get a solid start and a solid end with big improvements in the middle. It's alright saying that, we've got to go and do it. If I'd have changed gear, that would have been alright. Oh, you floundering fish. I phased out coming up down around that corner. I was concentrating too hard and I forgot to change gear, and that's just upset my mojo. Got angry with myself for a moment there. Proper did. Shouldn't get angry with myself. But I did. That annoyed me. That annoyed me profusely. I need to just pick that back up and remind myself what I'm trying to do. Where I should be concentrating, I shouldn't be forgetting the stuff, the simple things. The simple things are changing gear, like. You see the rev counter going up all the time. Why won't you watch it and do it? I appreciate some points you're actually concentrating very hard on doing one thing and you just miss the other. No blue. Yeah, the blue comes eventually. Doesn't seem to matter when I change that gear. It doesn't want to really sort of do anything about it. Tenth of a second down and not really. I'm doing the same thing all the time. That's where there's time to be had. I know there is. Making that corner good starts this section, but it should be starting after 3. That's where the time's to be made. Getting this one right is important as well. Yes. We're into like the last 45 minutes of it, last 50 minutes of it maybe. Let's call it the last hour. It's bang on 11 o'clock. For those in Europe, the witching hour has arrived. It's midnight. The chariot is outside. Please choose to stay if you want to stay. Entertainment aplenty. You know we leave it right to the end. That magic lap. What we haven't done today is compare lines with the top dog. We haven't done that. We haven't seen if there's any gains we can make through line change. We haven't done it. We need to do that. changed up early, but I didn't want it to lock. But that's a much better split. That's changed the optimal as well. We didn't get that corner right. We've been fannying about with it for the last half an hour. And we haven't really got anywhere with that. Slid the car through there. I've become a mess in that part of the circuit. That's just rubbish. We got the first part right, and we've blown the middle to bits and just... yeah. Junkio. Rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Let's go and do a line compare. Nick's off early in the morning. Good night, sir. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for stopping and watching. And most importantly, thank you for saying hello. It's always good for a hello. So good night, Nick. Take care. See you next time. Right, I've had enough of flappering and floundering. Let's go and compare our best lap, which wasn't that one. Let's go and do the thing. Data logger. Is it going to take our best lap, or is it going to take the best lap from that session? It's done the best lap from that session, which, in all fairness, isn't our best lap. That is. Let's get some brake fluid in me. 2:17.596. And then let's have a look at Mr. Hayden. Are we allowed to look at Mr. Hayden? We only get to see the top 10. Okay. No, we don't. There he is. Let's go and have a look at Mr. Hayden. He doesn't have a ghosty lap. Oh. Damn, we'll have to show the big boys. So, we get to compare. We're looking at not speed. We're looking at comparative side-by-sides. So, braking same place. Coming off the brake same place. Turn 1. It's coasting a bit. It's tighter. Our braking is spot on for turn 1. It'd be nice to know what gear he's in. There is a gear change indicator somewhere. We're very much wider into there. And we're braking earlier. We're braking longer. Ours is the blue one. We're much narrower there. He goes wider. He's wider. Braking very similar. He's narrower and running. We're running out to the same line. We're both running on that. So he's then taking a wider line in and narrowing up. That's interesting. Similar braking. Like, oh, I've braked much longer. He slid the car through there as well. That's really interesting. And then the big corner, he's much tighter. He's got a dab on the brake in the middle as well. We're higher line, he's lower. Gear change, gear change. That's interesting, isn't it? That's very interesting. Let's see what's happening. Very similar braking point. Really going deep on the brakes. We both coast. He's coming across the line. Very similar gear change. So we're getting this part of the circuit right. Let's see how we do on the last. I'd be really interesting to know if there is a gear change indicator. Braking sort of, I'm earlier and I come off less. So I'm braking longer. Similar line here. Okay, so forgive me, I haven't got a lot to change in sort of lap line. I really haven't, and I'm not saying, I'm not defending myself. I'm just suggesting that I've got the line. So it really is about speed on the track and look at that. I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause it. Can I pause it? Square button. Now I'm looking at the top trace up here, and I can't really show you because there's there isn't really much to show. But where the red line is, look, he's consistently higher than me on speed. When it comes down to slowing down, he's higher. So the bottom of the peaks at the top, every one of his slow speeds is much higher. And he's actually slowing down, and he's slower. He's not slower, but his lowest point of speed is before mine, which is really interesting. Let's just look at another little bit. Another little bit further along, because it'd be interesting to see. There's one part where I'm actually faster than him through a corner, and I don't know whether that's by accident or by design. But then we drop very similar, so it really is quite interesting just how the difference is. I'm faster through there than he is. No, he's faster. He's faster, look. I'm slowing down too much. Through there. So it's through the big sweeper. I'm actually quicker through there than him on the sweeper, look. Because he taps the brake, whereas I didn't, look. He's going to tap the brake there, and he's going to tap the brake there. And we actually gain speed through there on him, but he's very quickly back in the pack. Gear change is very different. And then the braking point for this corner here is absolutely identical in terms of speed drop-off. And then getting off the corner. And I'm just a tiny bit, and he's accelerating way before me. I was just a tiny bit slower. Here, I've dropped the throttle just a little bit more than he has. He's kept the throttle in, get power all the way through that corner. That really is interesting. Really interesting to see that. Into the last two corners. I get a bit of speed accelerating there in second. Lee's told me not to do that. I understand. Then here, he is gear change. And it's a big gear change, whereas I didn't do any, look. He's got a big gear change in the middle of there. That's blooming interesting. I didn't realise I was quite so rubbish. Okay, 401st. Two people have got faster than me. That's not an issue. Where we finish is not bad. It's all about the time. So let's take what we've seen, and I've just hit the blooming wall. How's that happen? I feel I'm much closer on this lap. I'm going to narrow this up because he narrows this up and doesn't quite go so wide. Shortening the track distance. He goes much wider than I do there. I've screwed that up there. Davey says he's making a habit of screwing up faster laps. I've just done that. He'll preserve until midnight. Oh, we screwed that up right there. The opening part of that lap up to almost the second split was bob on, proper bob on. And then I screwed it. Properly screwed it. You wish you had... Well, yeah, I'm consistent, but I'm not consistently gaining. You know, it's about... That consistency comes from sticking to that ghost, I think. Sticking to the following the ghost and just trying to match the pace and improve its pace at certain points. And in this car, I'm not really managing that, and I do have a struggling hour every week. Big yeah for that one. Yeah, definitely, 100%. And this is where it happens. It's here. Here is where there's half a second available just on this corner alone. If I can be close enough and if I can be picking up on him. Get this right. Get into the gas early enough and we can charge this bad boy down. I messed it up here last lap. And we followed. Whoa! We followed the same line. I think so, Hayden. I think so. Hayden's just said low 17's definitely possible, and I think so. Putting the lap together, if we get it all right, a low 17 is on the cards. One would hope. One would estimate. Didn't come through the line extremely quickly there. Shame I threw it away. There's lots to learn. No, didn't learn anything there. This is the corner I want to get perfected here. You can actually start accelerating before the apex if you really want to try. Got to keep the throttle in here. Just got to stop it catching and throwing us off the track. That's the different thing. On the replay, he definitely held the throttle more than I was. I was letting it off clearly there to allow the car through the corner, but right, let's see what we've got. Come on. That was a bit slow. Come on. 18.4's not good anyway overall, you know that, but let's do the thing. We're just the same as we were last lap. We lost a 10th through there, that's shocking. Just done it. How is that possible? I was absolutely miles behind. I was nowhere near making that fastest lap. How did I just do that from nowhere? That's unbelievable. I know it's only a minor gain, but I was 4/10 back. At least 4/10 back at one point. How does that turn very quickly from being 0.6 positive to then being 0.4 positive? So close. Somebody was just talking about consistency. Just had a look back and you had minimal wheel spin on the left hand coming that steep in near the end. Okay. That was the difference, was it? Okay. That's cool to know. That was all slide and glide. That was no good at all. Nothing good in that happened. That was the overtaking line of the Ghost there. That wasn't a racing line. That was me leaving him room. Oh good, come on. Messed that up. It doesn't matter. We're coming in for another go. We're coming in for another rock and roll session. Come on. It all means something somewhere. Do not know how the hell that happened. 2/10 up after turn one. Third gear came really quiet on the first bounce of the rev limiter. I was massively ahead. Again, I've screwed it. I was massively ahead for the first sector. Then I've just absolutely blown that. Look at the optimal. It's just chopped the optimal in half. 17. I can't even get past the Ghost now. Lee's actually just said something that's made me double take. You should save the fastest lap and look at it against your other fastest lap and see if there's any difference. See where you made gains, yeah. Well, I've just gone to pieces. I literally can't get away from this Ghost. I'm welded to him. Go on, off piss. Go on, get out of here, mother chumper. Oh, I'm just so peed by that. Get out of it. Go away. I'm pissed off for you, dude. Ah. That was a brilliant opening sector. That opening sector was absolutely bang on. That's where it needed to be. Need to get rid of the slow Ghost, yeah. He's my marker. He's the one I have to get past at that slow right-hander. He's the one that is my key to success. I've got ahead of him by 0.9. Look at the gain there. Brake too late and I couldn't slow it down. I see the light. Who was that? I'm beginning to see the light. Was that Lou Reed or somebody? Wasn't Cat Stevens. Oh, you knobhead. I know this doesn't help, says Lee, but you got a 16 in you. I've been in a 16-year-old, you know. Very. Get your mind back on the job, Jim. It's there, I know it is. It's putting it together. I've just hit the chuffing wall. Oh, what an absolute ball knob. It's a real... my lap's invalid anyway. When we did that really good lap, or that opening sector that took the optimal down, we made so much gains up here. We were 2.21 ahead at the top of this hill here. I just don't know where that came from. It was a perfect gear change coming out of turn 1, which I've not been able to match or mirror or even vaguely replicate at any point. Saying it can make it happen, though. You're gonna get a 16, boy. You're gonna end up in prison, boy. Well, 15 would be prison, wouldn't it? 16 is legal, barely. What does he say? The next lap you was also 0.18 ahead at the same bit. Yeah, I know I can do it. I know I can. It's holding it together and not bottling it. It's a great phrase, that, bottling it. Got to stop that wheel spin there. You see how it lets the engine rev up, then bog down, and we lose the time? There it is again, look. There it is. Not quite so good, but it's positively there. We touched the grass on the inside, didn't we? That's what screwed us. It screwed us! Brake early, brake early. I should be ahead of that red car at this point. To be anywhere near the yellow. And that's how bad that is. Hit the barrier. Somebody said I should look at that. We're going to do that. We're going to have a look. We're going to see what the difference is. We're going to just kind of... Well, I think we're all right. 217.355 on the optimal. We've gone to 375th. .375th. And let's look at the difference between our two laps. Just to try and see where that gap difference was. And we'll have to change to We're going to look at the 596. We were only 3/10, 30/100ths quicker. We want to look at the other one, don't we? We want to look at change mode, triangle. That one? No. Reset position, R1. What the hell's R1 on here? R1. R white's lemonade. That speeds us up. We'll go round and we'll go back to the start, and then we'll work out where it is. Ignore T1 because we know you can be faster there. Yeah. Here we go. Coming into the start finish. This is with gap on time, I think. Yes, it is. So the blue time is the one where we're faster. It's a shame the cars are the same colour. But the blue came in. It's difficult to work it out whilst they're together because they're the same colour, but you'll see yellow nips a tighter line, does he? No, they're very similar. Blue goes tighter. Well, blue's the 562. Blue is the quicker one. Yeah, so blue is slightly behind. Goes ahead. Oh, it's just backwards, forwards, in it. There's no distinct step. Look, yellow comes through tighter. Yellow's quicker. Is blue going to come back and overhaul? No. Yellow takes the biscuit at first split. Blue breaks earlier. Blue might get a better exit here. Look, blue comes through significantly. Recovers that. Goes wider. Gear change much earlier. On the drive much quicker. Brake in the same place. Double tap. Yellow braking all the way in. Much more coasting bar blue. Blue's quicker. Blue's still got the lead. Blue's still ahead. No braking after that. Yellow didn't brake at all through there, but blue still got the gain, look. Blue changed gear well early. Blue's still leading. Yellow's ahead. Yellow is ahead. So where does blue make the gain? Up the hill? No, he's still struggling. He's not getting there. Creeping, if anything. He's closing. It is up the hill, you know. Little gains up the hill, big time. And then he goes ahead under braking. Full car length. Almost blows it. Yellow does a good cutback. Look at the early gear change. Blue is on the gear change there. That does it. Wow. I'm just looking at the speed differentials. By the way, you was over 1 second ahead of your best time on that stint. Then you lost half a second, then gained back at the end. 1 second. When you put in the fastest lap, okay. You was over 1 second ahead of your best time on that spin. You mean potentially could have been 1 second ahead? I was only 0.21. I don't know. Too much information, brain overload. Brain overload. Right. 2:17.562. We're 2 seconds ahead of gold, which is good. 375th. We're on for the last stint then. It's 11:36. And I've managed to go the last hour without having to nip to the loo, so we're alright. We're through it. One second ahead of your fastest lap. Okay. In that stint. The previous fastest lap. Yeah, okay. Understood. Well back. Well back. He's a defender at Brighton. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working, says Lee. I think it is. I just don't know if I've got enough time to get it done. My method is a slow method. That didn't work. That was a bit of a bog. Instead of lifting the steering wheel, I should have lifted the throttle. A 17.9 off the bat. You see, it just comes with the practice, doesn't it? A 17.9's a top 10 time. Which some people would genuinely say it's worth. You do this 217.9 and just hang your steering wheel up and say, that's me, I'm done, I don't need to do anymore, that's enough. It's easy gold, job done. Are we happy with 217.9? No, we're not. No. We're learning. That's not learning. That's being careless. Third gear early. Fourth gear crossing the line. Only looks like the ghosts were pulling away as I went through the line. Minuscule bog as we went through the line there. Minuscule. Blew it. Ah. Just didn't have the acceleration up the hill. Scheißen, as they say in Germany. You bumbag. Oh, that was so close. We were getting up and we were getting gone there. Just missed that line by a fraction. Oh, look at that first sector. Ah. Absolutely destroys the tyres going through there that way on the front, but I don't think it matters. They're going to cool down by this corner anyway. You need them again. You need everything they've got for grip into that corner. And again, it's slowing the it's slowing the car down enough. You can't fake a lap by going deep into the corner. It's not going to work. You've got to give the You've got to give the car time to brake, slow down, settle down, and be composed for coming out of the corner the other side. That's the main mistake I'm making. I'm not giving the car the chance. Just like there. I have thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Don't know why we're so slow. Let's keep it going. We'll try and make a gain somewhere. That's the challenge. Done it again. There's a 4. Now that doesn't get me anywhere. That doesn't put anything in there, but it gives us that improvement we were looking for. I think enjoyment is the main... Yes, it is. I mean, I think I put you in the same bucket as me at the minute, Lee, as we're disappointed a little bit with GT7. It's off the boil because they're developing GT8. We know they are. They've told us they are. And really, we are all looking forward to GT8 and what it brings. And I've started to look elsewhere for that. I've tried to look elsewhere to try and relight that enjoyment, that what it is in the game. And I'm finding it in other games, but I know GT7 has that thing that makes me smile, makes me want to come back to it. And it's night like tonight where you get the involvement of the audience, they're telling you what to do, they give you the encouragement, they give you that little bit of spark to say, yeah, you're doing it, you're doing right. And then it pays back in so many ways, because it makes me think, you know, I've got to go back on and do a couple of videos just to give people that thing to look at and really show what we're good at, because, yeah, you know, it's part of the fun, it's part of doing it. I like doing it. You know, the GT7 at the minute, it's like a bucket with a hole in it. It just don't carry no water. I'm not at all worried that I'm not going to like GTA. Oh, thank you very much. I'm not at all worried that I'm not going to like it. I generally think it's going to have everything we want. And a Moser steering wheel. Let's go and look and see if we're top 350. That'd be nice. Yeah, my enjoyment is league races and nothing else in the game. It's why I don't do these TTs now. I literally log on for a bit of practice and then the league. Well, but you found your gap. You found what you want. You know, I think that's all we all need to do. And if you get to the 335th, if you get to the point where you just don't want to play it, it's not right, is it? I mean, I don't do it all anymore. I think I want to, but I like other things as well. Not like a wife where you marry one and stick with one. It's a game that you can dip in and out of and play with others. That's the enjoyment of what we're doing here. 335th. I think I'm happy with that. That was a bigger game. We're still only 5th, but we're 10th behind Cyan 8. Where's my drink? And look, it's 10-2. It's probably time to say that is a cracking night. And the other thing I'm going to say, 39 people at midnight. Try and marry in 2. Randy, not at the same time, my friend. You could marry one, then leave one and marry another. But marry 2, Christ. Want to get a PC, think it'll be the same as you. Wilkie has also discovered that there's so much more to gaming with a PC, and you know, I don't want to brag, and it's not about bragging, but if a PC can get you what you want, and then it can also, oh, what's the best way to do this? I think it's that one. It can also get you everything else you want. You know, there is so much about PCs that PlayStation can't do. You know, it is tremendous stuff. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of invested pennies. You know, and it is what it is. Keeps you busy, keeps you interested, and if you can keep the wife happy as well, you're doing the job right. Don't want about the other, don't be. Absolutely, Randy, I knew what you meant. Fifth gym is good going. I think it is. My friends are fast. Why haven't you printed some track layouts for your wall yet? Secretly I have. There's a lot of things I've printed that I haven't shared. I've actually. Thank you, Davey. Good stuff, mate. Well done. 2:17.7's a great lap, pal. There's loads I've 3D printed. I mean, there's loads of 3D printed and thrown away because I'm just not entirely happy with it. I've got demos out there with people of stuff that I haven't shared with you. I run out of time, is what I'm saying. But once we get to Nirvana, the new house, tomorrow we'll know, and tomorrow we'll either know or we won't, and maybe it's on, maybe it's not, maybe we're looking for somewhere else, don't know. But we've got to try it. I've never bought a house that wasn't brand new, so this is a new game for me, and it's really difficult. To get your head in the right place, hold the nerve, and do all those stuff. But it's no different to this. If you get your eyes down, you get your head down, apply yourself, 3.5 hours, top 5 friends list. That's pretty quick. I mean, I'm a YouTuber at the end of the day. I'm not going to go through the top 300, top 335, but Hole's a tuber, isn't he? He's a tuber. There's Tidgeny. He's top of the tree. He's there. Hayden isn't, but Hayden's good. There's a few others. There's this other one. You know, there's guys out there that do this every day, 7, 8 hours, 9 hours a day. There he is. He's decent. 2:16.7. 3/4 of a lap faster than me. 3/4 of a second faster than me. You know, he's good at what he does. He's a good gamer. But he just plays PC. He just plays PlayStation. You know, he might have an Xbox, might do a bit of Forza, but Tom, he's not on ours, is he? Calster, yes, Calster is a tuber. Yes, you're right. There's a few that I probably don't know the name of, but there's Tidgeny VR. So he's bashing away twice, isn't he? Triple's up at 105. 105, that's decent. Well done, Trip. Turbo Binder. Is that our Binder, but with a turbo? I'm just looking through because I'm backing up the process. I don't know. If I'm the top 30 YouTuber, is there 30 YouTubers in this lot, maybe? This nickname has been deleted. That's a great name. If there's 30 YouTubers in it, I've only counted 5 so far, but there'll be a load that haven't done it. But if there's 30 and I'm up there, I don't think that's a bad thing to be. I'm alright. I don't think I've got anything to worry about in terms of how I can be quick. But it's not racing, is it? And that's where I want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be a better racer, and I want to be able to race with people who want to race in the same way. There's no Tidgeny on pad. He's done it 3 times. Look at that. I'm behind a retired guy. I mean, that's how good I'm not. There's a few, but I think that it's a moot point about whether I'm up there with the tubers. I know I'm never going to get invited to a tuber event. I know I'm never going to get to race against or with the tuber guys. I'm not in that class. I'm not in that field. And It's going to be one of them, innit? I've got to get out there and get amongst them, and I want GT8 to be better. Both of the game and better for me. I want to pay more attention to it. I want to try and be better at it, and I want to be out there and race more. I just hope, I hope they go for a better feel with the game, you know, and not make it so much about slidey curbs and gear slamming. No, I want it to be more racing, where it's real. But I can't say that because I don't race, so it is what it is. But I have to say, folks, that's been a fantastic evening. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for supporting the channel. The rest of the week is going to be tomorrow night. We're doing laps at Evo. We're around my favourite race circuit, actually, which is Sebring in AC Evo with the BMW M2 350. That could be good. I hope the server wants to play tomorrow night because we've had a bit of problem with the server the last couple of weeks. The server is also running DayZ as well, so it's going to be interesting to see the two paired up. We'll see how that works. Wednesday, I don't know. I might be streaming Wednesday night with a bit of DayZ. You never know. We might get some DayZ on the go streaming. Thursday is going to be AC Rally. Really enjoying Assetto Corsa Rally. It is really, really good. I'm looking forward to the next update in that. Friday is going to be Forza Horizons, with a big apologies to the guys for missing last Friday night. I was heavily tied down with some stuff that I had to do. It was all legal stuff for the house, so that had to be sorted. And very quickly and get done. It resulted in a bit of a kick-off and things changed. But the Friday night was a washout, and I just couldn't be there. So we're going to make up for that this Friday, and then Saturday night is night off. But I don't know. We've got to try and do some other things. I might use Saturday to do some videos. I might just put some out there. Interesting. Lee says my wife is amazing, by the way, just to make that clear. We know you think your wife is awesome. I think my wife is awesome. She has to be to put up with this sack of spuds. The only thing I definitely need to make sure I know is I'm in hospital Thursday. And nothing's happening to me Thursday, I know that. So I will be on Thursday night. But you never know what tests they're going to do. And then Sunday, it will be what it will be. So that's the rest of the week headlined. Folks, have a fantastic week. Enjoy the rest of it. We will see you if you come and join us. And thanks for coming along and supporting the channel. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Goodbye for now. For context, look at the message above. Yeah, my wife is amazing, by the way, just to make it that clear. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, folks, thank you. We'll see you next time. I think I'm going to put on some outro music today. I haven't done any for the last couple of days because I'm a bit tight. But look, we can't. I've put sumo. That's how I feel about myself. Suno. I've started sumo again. Suno. No, it's not letting me change it. It wants me to be a sumo. Tish. Where is it going? It's going up there. Oh, it got deleted. What got deleted? What the message? There we go. Library. It's Monday, isn't it? Monday today. It isn't now. It's Tuesday, but time trial Monday. It was No Assist Saturday, wasn't it? There's a song I want to play. No Assist. It's Saturday. I enjoyed it when I played this the other night when we were Forza in. No Assist Saturday live loop version. That's a jungle grime style. It might be the one. Let's give this a bash and see how it goes. Good night, folks. Take care. not this one.
No steer assist, just man, machine and iron fist. You feel that twitch, that slip, that spin, that's real skill, mate. Dial it in, hey, hey. No assist, no cheat, no play. Pure control, the Widdowmaker way. Tiger scream, breaks the cage, still hold tight, we don't sway. The line so fine, gotta feel that bite. Every turn's war in a flashing light. Hand out sharp like laser sight. Every lap earned, every...
Just while I got the wrong song. Lee, you do tremendously well. I thought you had a boy as well. He has 2 daughters and a wife, and he'd rather eat his own poop than add another wife. That was the message. I get you. This isn't the song I wanted. Not this one. I'm going to try this one. Here we go. Not to forget the sun, of course.
I'm picking up rubber with the window down. Ghosts in the headset, static in town. The cold ain't saving me, the wheels alive. I'm one bad input from a power slide dive. Brake light flash like a disco sin. Dashboard preacher talking again. No traction angel, no soft land zone. Just me, caffeine and a microphone. I'm a slider, baby. Can't fake my way. It's no assist Saturday. I'm a grinder, maybe. That's how we play. The Widdowmaker way. Got sweat on my knuckles and dust in my brain. Every lap's therapy, pleasure and pain. They say controls for the ones who fear, but I left that ghost in another gear. Telemetry hums like a record spin. I crash, I laugh, reload again. There's beauty in chaos, polishing crime. I drive out loud in my own rhyme. I'm a slider, baby. Can't fake my way. It's no assist Saturday. I'm a grinder, maybe. That's how we play. The Widdowmaker way. The Widdowmaker way. No safety net, no algorithm hand. Just cold asphalt and a promised land. If perfection's a lie, then I'm telling the truth. Burning up rubber like a misspent you. I'm a slider, baby. Can't fake my way. It's no assist Saturday. I'm a driver crazy. Come what may. We roll the Widdowmaker way. Widdowmaker way. Yeah. Yeah. No assist, no fear, just drive.